right, testing this out here. I think this is going. Um, okay, let's see. All right. So for any of you who don't know, I'm an old grandmother who cannot deal with new technology. So here I am trying something new out. Hopefully it works. We'll see. Um, let's see. So in this stream today, I just wanted to share with you guys some of the new projects I have and also answer questions. So I'll start off first by answering some of the questions I got on Instagram. One of the questions, hi Cleo, how are you? One of the questions was, what is one of my, let me double check here. How long have I been crocheting? So I started crocheting when I was in fourth grade, I believe. So many years ago. And I haven't, I was crocheting for a little while and I started off making Christmas doilies. And that lasted for about maybe a couple months where I was really into it, but then I stopped and I didn't get back into it until quite a while after. So it wasn't until I was in graduate school that I picked up a hook again and decided to start. But since then, since that second time I started crocheting, I haven't stopped. And I guess that second time till now has been about 10 years, actually. It's 10th year anniversary this next month. So that's pretty exciting. And let me see here. One of the other questions I had is, what is one of my favorite patterns I've made? So that has got to be my Eliora the Elf doll. And that's what I made pretty recently. You know what? I should have grabbed her here before I started off. But anyhow, let me go ahead and drop off a link in the description or in the comments here. Hi, Doreen. How are you? So Eliora is one of my favorite designs. She's one of my more complex dolls, and I really have a lot of fun with crocheting like different sort of like details onto the outfits. So that one is one of my favorites this year. My favorite pattern by someone else has got to be this adorable little bat. I got it from Knotted Faux. She has a wonderful Etsy store with a lot of adorable patterns made with faux fur yarn. And it's so nice to see you too, Doreen. And I've got to show you this bat pattern. So give me one moment while I go grab it and I'll be right back. Sorry, I should have been more prepared for this stream. So just a sec. All right. Hello, friends. I am so sorry about that. And lo and behold, it is not where I thought it was. So I'm guessing my daughter probably took the little bats on a trip out. So I cannot get to them right now. But to kind of show you what I mean, I'm going to drop the link to the project I made in the description box here. So I keep saying description box. I mean the top chat or live chat box. All right, there we go. So if you want to check it out, feel free to. And one of my other questions was, what is one of my favorite yarn brands? Oh, that's, I've been experimenting with a lot of yarns lately. So I've tried, I mostly use medium weight yarn, and especially for my amigurumis, I find it quicker to work up than the thinner like DK yarn. So I definitely like those. And I've been using Karen Simply Soft for a very long time. But up until like maybe the last couple years, I've been exploring more with um, there's Lion Brand Heartland yarn, Basic Stitch, which I really love. I've also used Hobbies Tivoli, or I think they call it Amigo now, Amigo Extra Large yarn. And that's also a really nice brand to work with because there's not as much splitting going on as with Karen Simply Soft. So I definitely enjoy that. And the other, let me think. Oh, I've also been using We Crochet yarn. There's one called the Bravo Worsted Weight, and that one is really lovely too to work with. As you probably know, I've been working mostly with 100% acrylic yarn. It is the most, usually the most cost-effective yarn, and you can get it in all sorts of different colors for the most part. So I really enjoy using that for amigurumi. And for right now, I thought I would go ahead and share some of the projects I've been working on. So excuse me, if you've seen some of my posts on Facebook recently, I just did one this morning, but I wanted to ask my viewers here too, which one of these little guys you want to see the free pattern for on my blog. I'm going to go ahead and put up one of these mushroom dolls. We've got Mr. Mushroom here. He's kind of a chubster, and I just love his chunky look. I also have here a little baby toadstool. So this little guy um, is more human shaped, and he's got little I-cord arms as well. Now, these two mushroom dolls are made completely in one piece except for the arms. The arms are sewn on, but other than that, they are a no-sew project. So if you want to let me know which one of these you want to see on my blog for free, please let me know. Yeah, I've got a lot of votes for the baby toadstool, and I think people like him because he's like a mini version. So I definitely adore him as well. And I think I'm going to put the baby up on my blog for free. So stay tuned for that. With both of these mushroom patterns, there's also a tiny little flower you can crochet along with it, and it makes a cute little set. All right. And I also wanted to share really quickly here. I've got another doll pattern in the works. It's going to be more of a woodland themed doll, but what's really lovely is it's going to have some dress up and like dress up features and accessories. So for this doll in particular, as you can see here she is without any of her extra accessories. Um, she's got a dress, a scarf, and a little hood, which I'll go ahead and put on right now. But I'm getting more and more into accessorizing for my dolls because I find that a lot of my uh, crocheter friends really like making dolls with dress up features so that it's more fun for children to play with. So these are all designed for little ones and as gifts. So as you can see here, here is the little doll dressed up in her hood and her dress and a little scarf. And my blog is at sweetsofties.com. I will drop a link right here in the live chat. So feel free to check that out. And you know what? I'm actually, let's see, why don't I pin? Oh, I could pin a message here. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. So learning technology. And thank you so much. So this sweet little doll will come in a couple of different variations. She will also have a cat ear version. This is the teddy bear ears. And I'm thinking of making bunny ears as well. If you think of any other animal ears or any other designs you'd like to see with her, feel free to let me know. Um, just keep an eye out on my blog so that you can get a notification on my patterns when they become released. I will also have oh, and one more thing. If you guys haven't already, please join my mailing list because I send out freebies every single Tuesday. That's something I started doing about a month ago, and I've been giving out pattern PDFs as well as a mixture of free patterns that are available for viewing on my blog. So be sure to stick around for that. Sometimes I'd say during the span of a month, I will give out 1 to 2 PDF patterns for free. So please do stay tuned if you want to join my mailing list. Let me go ahead and drop that in the chat here as well. And I'll also put it in the description box for this video once it is out. All right. Let me go ahead and copy the link here. You know, I am learning a lot about going live. Next time I should have all of these links at my fingertips. All right. So there's my link for the newsletter. In addition to freebies, I will also be sharing about free pattern announcements and some special giveaways or promos or discount codes. So sign up and you'll be the first to know. All right. And I just want to open this up too. If anyone has any questions related to like crocheting or designing, blogging, feel free to drop it in right now in the chat and I will address that. Otherwise, I'm going to just show you a few of my other animal dolls I've been working on. So I made a few dolls here that are supposed to be sitting. So you'll see that they have stubby little legs that allow them to sit on a surface instead of having legs that stick straight out. So unfortunately, dolls like this cannot stand very well, but my sitting dolls will be able to sit upright on their own. So I plan to release these soon as well. This is my sitting bear. I have a sitting fox. I'll show you his cute little nose. Look at that snout. And he's got a little tail. And I also, in the series, have a little sitting bunny as well. So as you can see, they all have sort of that same body shape with the little legs sticking out like so. All right, and let me see. Doreen's asking, I have an amigurumi butterfly I want to give to a child. I don't want to use safety eyes. How do you stitch eyes on? Great question. There are some options for you if you don't want to use plastic safety eyes, which is a choking hazard. So definitely wonderful of you to be aware of that. And for a child, what you can do is use a needle and thread or a yarn needle and yarn and stitch the eyes on yourself. I tend to do that by, one of the tips I have is to use safety pins, not safety pins, but sewing pins to stick into the doll's face first to kind of find where you want the placement to be. And then use your needle and yarn to kind of go stitch by stitch into the doll's face in order to achieve in order to sew on the eyes. Now, there are, if you're making larger sized eyes, let's say you want to make the eyes really big, I would recommend using a yarn needle and yarn because you're able to sew that on faster. If you'd like really tiny, small eyes, using a thread and needle would be more ideal for that. You can also felt eyes on if you'd like. I have never done that method before, but I've heard of others doing it. Um, you use the felting technique, so you get some yarn, kind of fuzz it up, and then you kind of use a needle to punch it into the doll's face. Now, I don't have any resources for that, unfortunately, because I haven't tried it myself. But if you are curious, I'm sure there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube as well. Um, and one other method, if you're making large eyes you'd like to put on a doll, you can also cut out the shape on felt or cloth, and you can go ahead and stitch it onto the doll's face. So, those are just several different options that you can consider to make it, safe and hazard free for a little one. All right. Um, great question. I think one of these days I'll have to make a tutorial as well on, or I guess a roundup of different ways you can add eyes to your amigurumi dolls without using plastic safety eyes. All right. And let's see. Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Sorry, I tend to go on long-winded monologues here about things. So tell me if I need to. Tell me if you've got your answer and I should stop talking. All right. And wondering if anyone else has any crochet related questions at all. Um, if not, I might be logging off here in a bit, but you can go ahead and stay tuned for these cute little ones coming to the blog soon. Um, as always, um, oh, good question. Where can you get plastic safety eyes and which set? There are so many online vendors for it. It's hard to pick. I know that Etsy has a lot of specialty safety eyes. You can find some really beautiful ones like rainbow colored eyes, eyes with glitter, eyes that look like, cool dragon and reptile eyes. So if you're looking for something unique and special, I recommend checking out Etsy. But for a lot of my dolls, I actually haven't bought the really special looking eyes before. I just get the plain black safety eyes for my dolls. And what I like to do is get them in a set of roughly around 6 to 12 millimeters, is what I normally use. But I've also gotten the set of 6 to 20 millimeter eyes before, just in case I wanted really large eyes. And I like to buy my safety eyes on Amazon. Um, and I can go ahead and add a link in the description box showing you which set of eyes I got most recently. I can find it right now really quick too. It is a set that I get with a nice little organizer case, comes with it. And I think it's really, really useful because you want to keep those eyes orderly and well organized by size. So you can easily find what you want. Let me go ahead and put this down here. Plastic safety eye, 6 to 12 millimeter in size. Okay, so that is the set I normally get. And let me see here. Stitching a semicircle for eyes round up looks like yes. Wonderful. There are so many ways to make different expressions too if you choose not to do plastic safety eyes. If you're sewing, you can sew, upward turns eyes for a lovely, adorable, like smiley face. You can also make them like U shapes to create sleepy looking eyes. Those are adorable for baby loveys and security blankets. Um, oh, hello, Granny D. Okay, greetings to you too. I'm all the way on the other side in the Pacific Northwest here, and thank you for the compliments on my doll. Um, let's see here. Should have started with Heisen. Yep. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in here. You make me feel like my first live session is poppin'. I'm probably not using that word right, but okay. Yeah, you can probably get a sense of how ancient I am after this terribly non-techie take at a live session. All right. But it is lovely to have you guys here. Thanks for joining me. Meanwhile, I think I'll show off one of my other work in progresses too. So I'm also making a little kitty cat doll here. To be honest though, I am not thrilled with this design. I feel like the body shape isn't quite what I was hoping for, but I will keep trying and trying again. And that's another thing about pattern designing. It is so hard for me personally, to do it like to crochet a project and be like one and done. There's a lot of trial and error that goes into pattern designing. So all the free patterns you see up on my blog, those are definitely not the most cases are definitely not like the final version of things. I am constantly trying to crochet and make my dolls look more pleasing, I suppose. But they are works in progress. And you are kind for saying that I am hardly ancient. Thank you. And thanks for liking my dolls. All right. And yes, I can show you some of the yarns I use right now. What I have here is Karen Simply Soft. This has been my go-to yarn for the longest time. I know a lot of people complain about it being splitty, and you know what? I am complaining about it being splitty as well. So that didn't happen until I started experimenting with other yarns. And then I came back and realized, oof, Karen Simply Soft is pretty hard to work with. But I would say that the peach color, you know what, I think the lighting here isn't so great, but this is the light country peach, and it's one of my favorite skin tones for amigurumi dolls ever. So for this, so I have to deal with the splittiness of this yarn to use the skin tone. And I've been trying out Fluffy Day yarn from, I think this is Knit Picks or We Crochet. And, oh no, I'm so sorry. This is, okay, lately I've been trying out Knit Picks, We Crochet yarn, and also Hobby yarn. I think this is from Hobby. I have not tried the Sky Tones yarn. That is one I've been eyeing. Are you talking about the Lion Brand version? If it's the Lion Brand one with the beautiful assortment of skin tones, I have not tried it out yet, but I've been drooling over it. I'd really love to make a bunch of dolls using their lovely variation of skin tones. And let's see. And I will go ahead and do some videos more on yarns later on too. I do have to say I've been trying out a couple velvet yarns lately. For those of you who have made projects with velvet yarn, my favorites that I've tried out would be Bernat's Velvet and also Lion Brand's Velux yarn. So those two are my favorite. Bernat's Velvet is, I think, weight 5 yarn, which makes slightly larger projects for me. And the Velux yarn from Lion Brand is medium weight 4 yarn, I believe. And let's see. Oh, so neat that the Lion Brand skin tone yarn is at Michael's. I will have to drop in and look. I am so fortunate to have a Michael's and a Joann's not too far away. It's a good driving distance, so I cannot wait to hit up those craft stores soon. Yeah, I think in America, you know what? I'm not sure what other American crochet designers tend to use, but I personally prefer acrylic yarns because they are a lot cheaper, inexpensive to work with, and I find that there's a huge variety, but I do have to say I really love cotton yarn as well, just not for amigurumi. My amigurumis tend to be made with acrylic so that they're a little bit softer. My cotton yarns I like to use with garments, accessories, sometimes home deck items, or with let me think, like some accessories. It's in the color frosted cranberry. Ooh. Um, Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let me see. Crocheted rectangular wrap with burlap velvet. Oh my gosh, that must be so soft to work with. And it'll probably feel like you're wrapped in a hug when you're done with that. Lots of designers are using the acrylic and cotton blends. Interesting. So it's like acrylic and cotton, like a mix of acrylic and cotton fibers together. You know what? I don't think I have tried a lot of that before. I'm trying to think of a brand that includes both acrylic and cotton um, that I've tried, but I cannot think of one. I mostly use 100% cotton or 100% acrylic, but I tend not to use a mix. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to think of which yarns are a mix. Huh. Anyhow, it'll probably come to me later on. But I'm curious to know why you're not a fan of it. I personally prefer just 100% acrylic because I'm it's inexpensive like that. But I haven't they're not they're very soft adult. Okay. Gotcha. Um yeah. I just I'm going to search online later to see which ones I've used before because I can't recall right now. But yeah, I think some of the prettier, vibrant colors I've seen tend to be more pure fibers. So that is definitely a pro there. Um, and the fabric looks fabulous. Oh, that's so lovely. Wonderful. Couldn't find good yarn from where I come. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I wonder what kind of yarn you're able to get your hands on. Let me see. Um, Sometimes if we don't have acrylic or cotton yarns, there's a lot of other fibers I like too, like tencel yarn and bamboo. Huh. Ooh, I would love to work with you. I'll go ahead and try. If you have a brand that you'd like to recommend for me to try, let me know. I'm always happy to do some of those, like a yarn review too. I've done several on my channel so far, but I have yet to try out more. So feel free to drop suggestions. And okay, thanks for popping in, Granny D. It was so nice to chat with you too. And have I been thinking about the deer pattern? Yes, I have. I think you commented just recently, right? A day or two ago about making a deer amigurumi. That would be really lovely. I would probably not be able to use the same ear pattern for my amigurumi because the ears are quite large. They're like, I'd say this big. Um, so if I were to make an amigurumi deer with this size of an ear, it would come out huge. So I would have to make a smaller version, but I would very much like to make a deer amigurumi in the near future because I have never made one before. So that is something that's on my list. And hi, Nick. Good to have you here. All right. Um, let's see. Okay. And I've been talking your guys' ear off for the past half an hour. If you have any, let's see, any questions, feel free to drop it right now so I can answer really quickly before I head off. Let's see. So Priya is saying, I'm new to crochet and I tried your dream catcher video. It's super easy. And oh, thank you. That is so sweet of you to say. I just want to say thank you to you and to everyone who's commented to say that they've enjoyed my videos. Like, that is super uplifting and encouraging to me because I'm just here on my end, like thinking, oh, why don't I crochet this and post it online and see if anyone wants to make it too. But seeing that you guys actually love it so much just drives me to want to create even more tutorials. So thank you so much. And I love all the feedback. I love to hear what's going well and what isn't so that I can make changes in the future and make it easier and better for you guys too. And I'm, of course, always welcome and open for pattern suggestions. So, like Cleo is saying, any like a deer amigurumi would be great. And I really want to get going on that too. I'll probably, my amigurumis tend to be on the smaller side, so I would like to make a small reindeer, um, hopefully in time for Christmas. It is going to be December in a couple of days, and if I better get started. All right. Hello, hello, Charlotte. Hello, Ig, and you are so very welcome, Cleo. Thank you. You guys are so wonderful. You know, whenever I go on my YouTube channel and sorry, not YouTube channel, but whenever I get into sign into YouTube and I read your wonderful comments, I just feel so heartwarmed. So, thank you guys. A new cardigan pattern. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a really good idea. I've been wanting to make a cardigan for myself for many years now. I think I've knit one before, but I haven't crocheted one. So a crochet design would be really fun to do. I will keep that in mind too. So right now, adding on to my list of things to do, a reindeer amigurumi and a cardigan pattern sometime in the near future, hopefully. All right. Thank you, everyone. And I don't really see any new questions coming in here. I'm going to keep this open for one more minute to see if there are any questions you guys have and would like me to answer. And then after that, I will let you all get on with your day here. All right. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting here for this 1 minute, if you guys want to share maybe something you're making for this holiday season, I'd love to hear that. I've started a Christmas tradition of crocheting a little Christmas ornament for my daughter for every year that she is, a child. So hopefully I'll have 18 by the end of it all for her. But last year I crocheted a little Christmas mouse ornament for her. It's a mouse with a Christmas hat and a Christmas scarf. And this year I have to come up with a different design and I'm still thinking about it. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Otherwise, I think possibly making a Christmas deer would be really lovely for her. Is cooking and cleaning. Are you cooking and cleaning right now? Ooh, Nick's making socks and a cabled cardigan. Oh, wow. Are you knitting or crocheting those, Nick? I crochet mini toys and then I try to crochet crop top. Oh, a crop top. That's so lovely. Can you give advice some things? Yeah, I'm happy to give advice on, crocheting in general. So if you have any particular, like maybe if you have specific questions, you can ask me. Happy to answer here. I would say that when I first started crocheting, practice makes perfect. So just trying out a variety of different patterns and being open to learning techniques. And of course, turning to tutorials online are really helpful too. Woodland Santa from Little Box of Crochet by Kate Eastwood. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Oh, I'll have to check that out to see what it looks like, but it sounds so cute. What kind of Asian am I? I'm actually, so I'm born here in the States where I am, but my family is a mix of mostly, I would say they're mostly Taiwanese. So they come from the island of Taiwan, where people there mostly speak Mandarin Chinese and Taiwanese. And I do not speak Taiwanese, but I speak Chinese. Let's see. A shout out from South Africa. Hi, Geraldine. Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so glad you like my designs. Thank you. Supriya's working on a granny square blanket. Oh, that's great. Oh, granny squares are so much fun. I just love how therapeutic they are. Oh, the socks are knitted? Okay, cool. I've never knit socks before. I would love to do that. So I'm guessing with the knitted socks, you're working on it in the round? And cardigan is crochet. Okay, cool. Oh, Cleo's working on a polar bear. That's awesome. Tell you how to make fried rice. I'm not a an expert fried rice maker. But would you guys be interested in seeing me do recipes? I'm I thought about doing that before, adding that to my channel, like other stuff that I do, so other crafts and maybe like sewing and cooking as well and recipes. If you guys are interested in seeing stuff like that, then I'm happy to post it too. What about polar bear pattern? Oh, I actually have a polar bear pattern on my blog. So if you guys want to check it out, the polar bear pattern I have is free and it is called Peyton the Polar Bear. I'm dropping it the link down right now. And let's see. Taiwan. I will link you on Instagram. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Doreen. I'd love to see it on Instagram. And Geraldine, thanks for popping in. I'm so happy I was able to chat with you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And Nick, yes, I've got to try out knitting in the round. So I've been knitting flat, but knitting in the round seems like a whole another beast. And I definitely want to try it out because there's so many knitted toys that I want to make. New recipes. Okay, that's awesome. I'll have to share some recipes in the future then. Love your sweet lemon creamies. Oh, thank you, Candida. Thank you so much. A big hug to you too. And let's see. Oh, Supriya, you started crocheting because of me. I'm so humbled. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, that means so much to me. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ig, for stopping by. I can't believe it's 3 a.m. and you're up, but please get some rest. Good night. Double pointed needles for socks. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I think with double pointed needles, you'll be using like 4 together. Is that right? That sounds like fun, but at the same time, a challenge. But challenges are always good. All right. Knitting in the round is very easy if you use the magic loop. Thanks for sharing that, Charlotte. Oh, 5 needles. Okay. Oops. I am comfortable with crocheting, but I haven't done much knitting except really just knitting and purling stitches and basic increase and decrease there. But that sounds really wonderful. That's actually one of my goals. I really want to learn how to knit in the round and also do color changes so I can eventually knit a Fair Isle sweater. That is like my life goal. So hopefully I'll work my way up. 2 16-inch circulars. Okay, neat. Yeah, I have I believe I have 16-inch circular knitting needles too. I um, got them before I even learned how to start because I'm very hopeful that I will get a hang of it soon. So, thanks for the encouragement, you guys. Oh, you're learning Fair Isle. Wonderful. Would you say it's easy or hard to do? Like to, I guess, catch on to. Hmm. All right. Whew. This chat has been fun, you guys. I'm just waiting to see if any last comments or responses roll in here. And I'll go ahead. I'll have to save a lot of these links I put down here, but I'm going to go ahead and put them into the description here so that you guys can check them out. Oh, I can believe that Fair Owl requires a lot of concentration, especially with knowing which stitch you're on and which color to change to. Oh, wow. Okay, Nick, that is really, really impressive. Um, I s- I first began by doing really simple casting on, cast-ons for knitting, and just did straight knitting and purling for the longest time. I'm still stuck at that phase right now, but one day I will get into the round. Okay. Oh, you guys are all so wonderful. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and joining me for my first live session here. I'm going to go ahead and um, schedule more of these in the future because this was a lot of fun. I'm so glad I get to interact with you guys. Usually I'm just posting into the void of the internet here, not knowing, really what the like how other people are reacting to it. And this interaction is really helpful for me. So thank you all. All right. Many thanks. Hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Be sure to stay tuned for more tutorials. I'll try and get some more up. And as usual, if you are comfortable with written patterns, I have a ton of free written patterns on my blog. So go to sweetsofties.com to take a look. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and happy crocheting. Bye now.